شخصية راعي البقر الأمريكي وحصانه الشهير خلدتها هوليوود في أفلام رعاة البقر في الغرب الأمريكي. فأصبحت جزءاً لا يتجزأ من الثقافة الأمريكية حتى يومنا هذا. بدون الحصان وبدون خيول ماستانج البرية، تاريخ الغرب الأمريكي كما نعرفه الآن كان سيبدو مختلفاً تماماً.
نحن الآن في متحف نورث كاستر في مدينة شالس في ولاية أيداهو لمقابلة المؤرخ والأستاذ الجامعي فيليب هومن لنتعرف على تاريخ هذه الخيول البرية. Professor Philip Homan, thank you for joining us today.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Sure. Well, we came to Chalice with a lot of questions about the origins of these horses. Where did they come from and when?
They were native to North America, migrated to Asia, grew extinct in North America, and then were reintroduced beginning in the late 15th century, early 16th century by the Spaniards. When Americans from what is now the East Coast of the United States began to immigrate to the American West via the Oregon and the California trails. When Western ranchers who ran their horses on the open ranges of the American West began to import blooded stallions from the East Coast and run them with their range mares in order to improve the bloodlines to produce this kind of super horse. There were various feral horses that escaped and began to be the origins of what we know today as our wild horse herds.
And what tie, if there is any, to the Arabian horse?
The wild horses today in the American West, I think, have Arabian ancestry from the reintroduction of the horse into North America by the Spaniards. And many of those Spanish horses were descended from barbs from North Africa, which have Arabian origins. Many of the horses from the East Coast of the United States, which were largely British horses or horses from Western Europe, many of those horses had Arab blood as well. And that's because all thoroughbreds in Great Britain, indeed in the world, are descended from 3 Arabian sires, the Godolphin Arabian being one of them. And those were all Arabian horses imported into Great Britain in the 18th century from the Ottoman Empire.
In my ideal world, the horses would be free.
النشطاء الشغوفون مثل أندريا ماكي يكنون حباً عظيماً لخيول الماستانج.
My eye is always on the horses. This is a humanity project, and it's about human responsibility. It is our responsibility to care for the whole.
Andrea Mackey.
Yes.
Tell me your story. What brought a Washington State artist all the way to Chalice, Idaho, to advocate for Mustangs' rights?
Well, I had been involved with the wild horses and that issue quite heavily since 2005. At that time, there had been a shift and it had opened a loophole to horse slaughter in the government. I had been on board and sort of put my artwork aside in order to create some bodies of work with wild horses to help spread awareness and support the cause in the ways that I can offer.
استقطبت جمعية وايلد لوف بريزيرف لمحبي الحفاظ على الحياة البرية اهتمام عدد من المشاهير مثل ستون غوسارد عازف الجيتار الإيقاعي في فرقة الروك الأمريكية الشهيرة بيرل جام، وهو أحد أصدقاء أندريا منذ الطفولة.
As a member of a very famous band, Pearl Jam, how are you using this as a platform for your activism and to support other activists as well?
This is Andrea's. She's the one that's worked on this issue tirelessly. We've lent some support at strategic times, but our role that we've played in this is minor compared to the actual devotion and hard work that she's put in on a daily basis for the last 10 years. So it's really her vision and somebody who's seen her work very, very hard and understands even unlikely victories can manifest out of situations when you put a lot of effort into them. I have to support her, and I'm happy to support her.
لكن خيول ماستنج البرية تعيش على الأراضي العامة التي تديرها هيئة إدارة الأراضي التابعة للحكومة الأمريكية، ومع ذلك يرى الخبراء أن هذا النظام ليس الأفضل على الإطلاق. وفي محاولتها للحد من تكاثر الخيول البرية تستخدم هيئة الأراضي العامة طائرات هليكوبتر لتجميع الخيول ومن ثم تسجيلها، وهو ما يعتبره النشطاء طريقة قاسية لأنها تعتمد على إرهاق الخيول وقد تعرضها في كثير من الأحيان للإصابات. في تشاليس في ولاية أيداهو أندريا ماكي تعمل على إنقاذ خيول المستنج.
Last year, they removed the horses. The Bureau of Land Management goes about their adoption processes to adopt to the public. We are then there to adopt those wild horses that are not otherwise adopted. It is our responsibility to care for the whole. For Wildlife Preserve, wild horses lead the way to protecting the respective indigenous ecosystems and engaging the community and the region so that they benefit. We've saved taxpayers well over $7.5 million. We put over $1 million into the economy here with our adoptions. This is a we project, and that's why we've been able to succeed.